Today I want to talk about Ukrainian warriors who are kind of LGBT at the same time, and they're warriors at the same time. So it doesn't mean, by the way, hello. My name is Kukusik, and her name is Ottra. So I'm going to talk with you today about the Ukrainian LGBT warriors and those people who served this country, served Ukraine, and fought for it, and nearly kind of lost their lives. So, but eventually they are treated as non-humans, as non-human beings, and I'm kind of fed up with this shit, and I want to talk about this. I want to explain why you should never be a patriot of your country, because that will pay back. And as trans people, as a trans girl, you're not allowed to serve in the military to start with. You're not allowed to have kids. You're not allowed what? You're not allowed to um, um, you're not even allowed to many jobs, and you're not even allowed to many places where you could work. And as a trans person in Ukraine, you're being discriminated, you're being fought against, you're being persecuted by your government and people. And this is terrible because, a lot of activists argue in USA that trans people don't have this bad healthcare, and they don't have a right to serve in the military. Biden check that and change that. And but meanwhile, in countries, in third world countries like Ukraine, you are not allowed to serve in the military, to have kids, and you don't have any help from the government. You don't have any medical treatment from the government. You don't have any sort of surgeries from the government. For example, well, anything. No HRT, no SRS, nothing, and you're left to suck some dicks for a while, because that's what we do now, kinda. So, I mean, this is not fair how Ukraine treats its war veterans and people who deserve better. No, sometimes I just whine about life being hard, but in fact, it's not whining, because American citizens, American war vets have this, have this, and that, and they have everything covered, while Ukrainian war vets at one time had no access to um, even basic health care, and they had to pay everything from their own money. And in fact, average pay being around $200 in Ukraine, you are not kind of eligible for many health care services, because you don't have money, and the state won't help you with it. I'm done, Ottra. Maybe you'll talk instead of me. Yeah, so thank you, Kukusika, for speaking out against Ukrainian hate on minorities and gender minorities. It's very kind of you, my little fox. So I'm going to say that I absolutely agree with my little fox here, and I'm not sure if you see it. So, and it's just terrible that living conditions in some countries are so bad for trans people that you have to flee to other countries despite being regionally patriots and all stuff like that. And that some of the war vets in Ukraine are forced to do sex work, not because they want to do it, but because they have to do it, because they want to, eat food and have stuff like this, like basic commodities. That's kind of terrible and sad. Yeah, exactly. No health care, no social protections. That's fucked up. And this not the end of it. Not even the worst part, because when you try to find a job, there's no job either. Cool. So, when Americans whine that everything is bad in America, I tell them, come here, come to Ukraine, see for yourself, and you'll stop whining because it's wonderful in America compared to Ukraine. Because, and it's not even only about Ukraine, it's about Eastern Europe in general. No health care, no social protections, no jobs, terrible treatment of vulnerable people, of gender minorities, homophobia, transphobia, and all sort of hate. I mean, I never go out of my house and without relatives, without someone protecting me, because it's not safe. Well, that's kind of so fucked up, like in the Muslim countries, and it's just terrible how the Europe is dangerous and bad for minorities. So I want to tell you that, well, United States is not that bad, and I mean, Ukraine is not that bad either. It's just people sucks. It's just government sucks. I love my country, yeah, I do, but I hate people. I hate government, and think they should get fucking wrecked. Yeah, because that's the only way for me to live well in my country, to fuck up all the government, to fuck all the people who live here. It's ironic, because I still love my country. It's kinda it.